You don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed to have to just figure things out in your life. Don't be afraid to just restart things. Whether that's a job, that's a friendship, that's a relationship. I just sat on unemployment for damn near 7 months. I was working a job back in September, October that I really didn't like. I really wasn't vibing with it too much, and I had the opportunity to kind of pull away and quit, and I took it, and I'm glad that I did. It was one of those type of jobs where you realize your self-worth matters more than the job. I was kind of slaving away at a place that I knew wasn't going to value me as much as I value myself, and I pulled back and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this to myself anymore. Was there a couple times in the winter where I was second questioning myself, because I wasn't making a lot of money? The content that I post on here and my other pages, I make a little bit of money off of it, not much at all. So, I mean, it was still a little bit of scrap, but it was nowhere near as much money as I was making. And that's the thing. It was like, I wanted to pivot into something that I was a little bit more passionate about, a little bit more, I actually want to do this. It was just something that I was doing because I was like, oh, okay, it's a little bit more money than when I was working in the trades. The hours are a little longer, but the benefits were better. But when I really put things together, it wasn't that much better. I was commuting, which if you have to like commute to your job, especially in like a rural area like myself, like you're not in like the city and you have to depend on your own car, your own gas, really take that into account if you have to go more than like 30 minutes a day. Because I did it, and I saw that I was bringing in some money, more money, but I really wasn't. In fact, I was probably bringing in less money than my other job because of the gas, because of the fixing up my car, the oil changes. And I only worked that job for 6 to 8 months. And it was a big hit, and I just didn't take that into consideration. I'm a young person. I'll man up to like I wasn't, fully informative on that type of shit. But I just want to say, like, coming from a family that tells me like it's okay to fail, like, especially as a younger person, I feel like there's so much pressure on people, kids, young adults, to you got to have everything from high school to college to your job perfect. If you mess up, then you're screwed. You're done for life. I'm so glad that my family never pushed that agenda on me. They let me try certain things, do different things. Because without that, I wouldn't have found certain things that I liked. In this unemployment stint, I went back into the gym. I was hitting the gym during COVID, but, with all that bullshit, excuse me, I stopped going. And then I was like, you know what? I got a couple months off in the winter. Let me just go back in there. And I lost 20 pounds almost in 6 months. In fact, March was my biggest month. I lost 3 pounds in March, and I lost almost 3 pounds again this month. I got my body back in better shape, which has in turn made me mentally way better. So I'm just saying, a little setback for certain individuals can be a good thing. And, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to be set back in your life a little bit, because the comeback's coming. Whether that's, job, relationship, friendships, like I said, you're going to be in a little bit of a rut for a little bit, but just be aware of who you are, be aware of why you did this, be aware of your goals, and just take initiative at any new opportunity that you can. I know it's hard out there. I know the job market sucks, and that's kind of what this video is centered around, but just keep trying. I know they say like life's fast, but life is also very long. You'll have plenty of opportunities to explore and grow as a person. You just can't give up. Hope everybody's doing great out there. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys later.